Okay? So with the cortex, in front of a trauma, you can make a little bit of evolution, or you can do transformation. And these are two different things. Evolution means that, indeed, I will understand. I no longer deny. I realize, indeed, there is a problem. My reaction in front of this kind of situation is not appropriate, so there should be something. But, okay, I don't deny it. I accept now to see what is revealed in this situation. I accept to at least observe my reactions and try to understand, why do I react in this way? And it will already change a lot of things in my life. Because as long as I deny this, in terms of the cortex, if in the reptilian brain it was a sensation, if in the mammalian brain it was an emotion, for the cortex it will create beliefs, thoughts, history on myself, thoughts and beliefs on the other. All the women are like this, all men are like this, because it is maintained by the same stuck energy here. Once you will, if you go with your cortex here and try to understand what is here, then you can start to, at least with your mind, say, yes, indeed, it's not all the women that are like this. It's not all the men that are like this. So it will bring fluidity in your mental. So you are still, because this is the cortex, so you will bring fluidity here with your cortex. It doesn't mean that the limbic and the reptilian brain has been healed. So you are today someone with more fluidity on the cortex level, who is still suffering from the relationship with men and women. Because this part is in the cells and has to be released from the mammalian brain and from the reptilian brain. This is personal development. This is evolution. Transformation is something completely different. Transformation means I am no longer this person suffering from relationship with men or with women. I am someone else. So it means that all my structure, the structure of my psyche, will have to discharge this, will have to die from this history, and I become someone else. And this is much more difficult, of course. This is completely different, because it is not enough to understand. It's not enough to say, yes, today, no problem. I know I can, in this situation, I can open my heart. It's not enough. It's not enough to be someone who can open the heart in this situation and still be someone suffering from this or from this. No, transformation means that you are no longer this person. So your psyche, your ego has disappeared. So it means that your ego should die in order to be exactly your essence, in order to be who you are, and not the history of your family, the history of your education, the history of your wounds. That's completely different. It asks another involvement. And it's not because you have decided. It's not something you have decided. Because if you really have to decide, you will avoid it. You will avoid it simply because our cortex or brain will go in the direction of pleasure and will try to avoid everything that is unpleasant. And of course, your ego dying, this is the same than something very, very, very uncomfortable, unpleasant. So you will never go there, never, never with your conscience. If you go there, it is because there is something else pushing you. It's not because you have decided. This is why you have no control on it. Someone who is really going through a transformation path, it's not someone who has decided. It is someone who is pushed by its own soul, someone who is pushed on the spiritual level to today express exactly his essence. Because if this person could decide, he will say, no, I don't want to go through it. I will never go through it. It's impossible to go through this only with your will. If it is done, it's because there is a spiritual level that is trying to express itself, that is pushing. And this spiritual part is as strong than life and the instinct. Because you will have to go from the instinct to the spiritual. And the instinct and the spiritual has the same force, has the same intensity. A different quality of intensity, different quality of force, but the same intensity. Okay? So you will never, never, never go through it with your own will. Of course not. Because your will is coming from your ego. And your ego has to die. How is it possible to go to that place? Never the will bring you to that place. Never. So this is where we have the three cortex, okay? The body, sensation, emotion, psyche, the mental, and there is another level, the spiritual one. And the spiritual one is the one that allows real transformation. The one that allows to come back not only to harmony on a physical point of view, because you can come back to harmony on a physical point of view, and your ego is still searching for intensity in patience, in a strong relationship, and so on. When you come back to the essence, it's not looking for things that are doing like that. It's much more a place of, it is peaceful. Not because you're trying to be peaceful. Because a lot of transformation has been done, and the bottom line is peaceful. And then life will continue to do that, because this is life. As long as you are a human being, you will continue to face this. But while facing this, you will face it in a bottom line that is peaceful. And just you are learning from the different experiences that are continuing to do that. And you are learning from the wisdom of life. You are learning from the wisdom of all the relationships, because you are no longer waiting for the other to be complete. You are no longer waiting for the other to be recognized, because you are complete inside. You have recreated the unity inside. So you are no longer searching for a couple to be a man or a woman to feel that I am one. No, you are one. And it is because you are one that you can be in a real relationship with your partner. But not only with the partner, with the neighbor, with the tree, with the rose, because it does not depend on creating unity with the partner. It depends on a unity that has been created here. No unity can be created with the partner. With the partner, it is the path that as human being you are doing in order to go further in connection with yourself. But it is not with the other that you will recreate the one. As long as you do that, you are outside of you. And it will not work, because the other one will never be enough this or this or this or this. And because also you are in the limit of the matter, in the limit of the ego. You can go up to the point that the two ego will meet. Well, the two ego will understand, okay, we have to disappear. Okay, they will disappear a little, but there is a part where they cannot go further. So it is never with the other that you can recreate unity. You have to recreate your unity. You have to remember that the human being, when he's coming here on this earth, is immature. He's not complete. First of all, because you come as a man or as a woman, while inside you are yin and yang. You are the Tao. Okay, the symbol of the Tao. You have both. But you will start your life by expressing only a part of it. And you will have to find back the other part. And the great illusion is to think that you will find it to someone else who will bring it to you. So, during a certain period of time, it allows you to do the path in order to know more about yourself and in order to recreate that unity inside. Okay? This is the spiritual part of it. Okay? So, at the beginning, I said that there were 3 levels that needs to be repaired and to be healed. No, there are 4, if I take the spiritual part. Because this one also needs to be repaired. Or connection to the spiritual part also needs to be repaired and healed. Okay? But the bottom line of it is, of course, our gross nature. It's our body. It's impossible to do it without going through what is stuck here. Just under my skin. Is it clear enough? Yes? Do you understand? All right. Okay. So we have a little bit time for questions, if they are?
Half an hour.
Ah, wonderful.